Okay, guys, welcome to this special presentation on Blueprint Program. Hopefully, you've been looking at all the messages coming through about what we're going to be discussing today. For many of you, this is going to be a very unique form of trading, which maybe you've never come across before. For some of you, I know I can recognize some names in here already. You already know or will be very familiar with the type of trading that we do. So let's kick off with what we are doing this evening. So we're going to teach you about the fourth pillar in trading called market function. We're going to be giving you examples of these market function trades that you can actually monitor over the next few weeks and make money on. We're going to show you how linking market function, systems, and price action can give you extremely high probability trades. We're going to go through a trade that you can start trading this month that has returned 12% per annum over the last 10 years. And finally, we're going to be discussing the expiry trade. Currently 88% win rate since we've been starting trading with this clients for about 6 to 8 years now. It's been a long time we've been doing the expiry trade. So for those of you that have not joined our free Telegram group, then you should absolutely get hold of this. Cameron's going to post that in right now. As I said, it's absolutely free. And the benefits here is you're going to get those trade signals. You're going to get educational webinars like this. You're going to get free trades, key market updates in the market, what's going on right now, which is very topical. Like, for example, at the moment, it's the last week of September. So we've been talking about with our clients to expect a big down week this week, because typically September, end of quarter, we'll start seeing a lot of selling. And again, we'll be looking for price objectives for this scenario. So you can click in the link. It should be in the chat box now. And again, absolutely free. Just join up and you'll be able to get access to all of this. And if you're not familiar with myself and Cameron, it's a good way to get to know us, build some trust, and see some of the trades that we are doing. So many of you already know us, but very, very quickly, we are a ASIC licensed company based in Australia, although we have clients all over the world. My name is Mark Austin, and my partner, Cameron Malik. We founded this company over a decade ago. So I'm specializing on the UK market, and Cameron on the left is specializing on the Australian, US, and German markets. We specialize on the index market. So this is nothing to do with Forex or individual stocks. I'll explain why in a moment, but it's just the index markets. We have a combined over 30 years trading experience. Myself, I'm from an investment background as well. And we've been, as I said, helping clients just like you make money for well over a decade now. What we do is we trade live with our clients most days. We've just come off a session with our clients that joined us, and we were discussing trades with them in a live market environment. This is Cameron talking on Sky News Money. As I said, we've appeared on many programs over the last decade talking about the success that we have with our trading. So to answer the question, why index trading? Well, we have traded pretty much everything over the last combined 30 years. I started off looking at Forex and individual stocks. In fact, my first ever stock I purchased was EMI. I really just got hooked on the back of that one. And I continued my trading in my very early 20s. But I fell in love with index trading ultimately because I just found them very predictable. So did Cameron. We were able to discover trades which happen time and time again, and they set up at set times. So we do not want to be tied to the screens all day long looking at price setups. Some of you, that may well float your boat, but it's certainly not for us. In fact, the more you trade, the more money you often give back to the broker. We really want to be harnessing our skills during the first 30 minutes of market open. And after that, we're setting alerts. And we've also got our big market function trades, which we're going to discuss this evening. Also, most of our trades, we don't hold overnight, so we're fully liquid. Again, gone are the days where you've got these huge stops in the market and you're waiting for days and weeks for them to trigger and hit target or get stopped out. It can be very stressful. We're in and out of the market quite quickly. We don't do individual stock picking, and we don't do company analysis. Again, we'll leave that to the Goldman Sachs. We're also not trading the news. A lot of people will trade the news. I've always say that good news can be bad news for someone and bad news can be good news to someone. So these are some summaries on why indexes are good. And of course, indexes, if you don't know what the index is, it's like the FTSE 100. It's the top performing companies in the UK. Then you've got the best performing companies in Australia. That's the ASX index. And then in Germany, you've got the top performing companies. That index is called the DAX. So you're getting instant diversification as well when you trade an index rather than just trading a stock. If you're in a stock, if it gets a bit of bad news, you can be down 30-40%. Whereas index trading, you're not going to see that. You're not going to wake up one morning and see the index is down 30%. So it's a lower risk of trading for sure. So most of you are probably familiar with traditional approaches. In fact, I'd like to know how many people trade purely off technical analysis, or maybe you have learned how to trade from technical analysis from other educators. Let me know. Post in the chat box. I'd love to know what most of you are using. Okay, Shane's using technical. I'd like to know as well, are you having success with technical analysis? As I said, this is usually the main form that everyone is using out there. The other one, of course, is fundamental analysis as well. That's the other very common form that I see educators out there or so-called gurus teaching their clients. It's really technical analysis and fundamental. And you may get some people just doing price action as well. But I do pose this question. If it's that easy to make money from technical analysis and fundamental analysis and just price action, then why are 95% of people failing at short-term trading using these strategies? So what we've done at Magnetic Trading is we're using something quite different. We're using a market function. Now, just to give you a little taster, our top 4 trades over the last few months have given over 22%. That's just the top 4 trades. It's trading just 4 trades. And on average, we're trading 5 to 6 trades a month on the blueprint. So this is just highlighting that less is more in trading. You do not need to be taking multiple positions every day. All you're doing is feeding commission to the brokers. And again, many of these trades have an 80% win rate, and we're only risking 1 to 2% on a trade. So that is the power of the market function. So what is market function? Well, again, a question for you guys is, what do you think is the true nature of the market? Why do markets exist in the first place? Maybe type in there. Some of you are a bit quiet tonight. Just type in, what do you think the markets exist there for? Correct. They are there to match up buyers and sellers. So really, that's what we're doing with our market function trades. We're identifying in a lot of instances where no buyers and sellers have been matched up in the market. and we're going to take advantage of that. Because if the true function of the market is to match up buyers and sellers, then if we focus our energies on identifying areas in the market where no buyers and sellers have been matched up, then we should be very successful. And we are, because of this. We're linking a strategy to why markets exist in the first place. So what do we want to be doing with market function? Well, we want to be identifying inefficiencies in the market when the price is out of balance. So think of a boat rocking to the left and the right. It always comes back to the center point. It's the same with the markets. A lot of the time, they'll shift too much to the left or right, and they haven't matched up buyers and sellers, and they always come back to the center point. We're looking for large movements from events in the underlying indexes as well. So, for example, there was a great trade we've done when, if I look back in the past, like Donald Trump being elected or the Japanese earthquake. These are just events that happened out of hours, but the market had shifted so much to the left, which is down, that there was just a golden opportunity to take advantage of that. Because again, there's been no buyers or sellers matched up in the market. We'll also take advantage of market function days. So we're going to be discussing some of these, but some examples for buying. On the first trading day of a new month, we'll look to buy certain indexes because pension money is coming into the market. We'll look to buy up when there's a big dividend for underlying stocks for the indexes. These days, we're only buying. And seasonality, we'll also look at seasonality like, towards the end of the year, we're going to be looking to buy the Christmas rally. Or once September is out of the way, historically, October generally starts to get bullish again for the last quarter. September, we'll show you in a minute, but September is the worst performing month over 50 years. I'll show you that. Be quite eye-opening for many of you. And then when do we sell? Well, end of the month, end of the quarter, particularly. We're going to be selling the ASX on the end of the quarter coming up. And again, if you're in our free Telegram channel, we're going to manage this trade for you absolutely free. We're going to tell you when to sell, when to put your stop in and your target. So that's another reason to get involved with the Telegram. And, also seasonal selling. At the moment, myself and Cameron have a preference to be selling the DAX and the FTSE. Why? Because we're in September. And you'll see that September is a very bearish month. So we already knew that coming into this month, we wanted to be focusing our energies on selling and not buying. And then we've got underlying events like expiry. You're going to learn about expiry tonight, but these are market function events that happen in the background that we can take advantage of. So again, nothing to do with technical analysis here, nothing to do with fundamental analysis. And yes, we do use a little bit of price action, but that's put in the mix, but it's not solely our strategy. And that's really why we get very high probability trades. So on that, I'm going to hand very quickly over to Cameron, who's going to start talking to you about the DAX first of the month market function trade.
Okay, thank you, Mark, and really great to have you all here. So as Mark's been discussing, we really trade on the back of market function, and this is the first trade that we'll show you that is certainly very much based on market function. The DAX first of the month trade really piggybacks on institutes and pension funds pouring money into the market on the first trading day of the month. So it's not always the first of the month, because that could be a weekend. I think that's what's going to happen this weekend, where we've got the first of the month over the weekend. But come Monday of next week, we'll be looking to buy up the DAX with the anticipation of funds getting introduced into the market on the first of the month and ride on the back of that function. And it really is regardless of whether the market is overall positive or negative. If you think about it, that the institutes, pension funds are really long-term money. And if you're perhaps using something like the Pru, or maybe you're in the UK, you're using Hargreaves or any investment bank, you might be taking portions of your salary or income and putting it aside for investments. Well, some of that money is getting pushed into the market, regardless of the conditions of the market. So we see this effect happening as funds dollar cost average into the market, typically on the first of the month. And yes, this would be a long position and certainly a buy. So let's take a look at an example of this trade. So the great thing about this particular trade is not only is it a very successful trade, not only do you not have to do very much, it actually takes about 10 minutes a month to trade. So it's once a month, and we only trade it 10 times a year. We actually take 2 months off, where we've seen it doesn't really perform actually in the summer months, that we don't see that input of money, which is typical in the markets, that the markets can be slow during those summer months. And certainly that has had the effect on this trade, and we don't see funds getting introduced. So 10 minutes a month, 10 times a year, for an average of 12% over the last 7 years seems like a pretty good deal to me. And that is, sorry, Mark, if we can just go back to the previous slide. Well, I'll definitely come on to that. Seems a pretty good trade to be taking. That is just risking 1% as well. So, and the other factor about this trade is often we get a big multiplying effect that will risk 1. And in this example here, we've gained 2.69%. So we can see our stops are not very big in this. We've entered into the market overnight, actually, and we can see on the chart, if you look to around about the 10 o'clock time, 10 o'clock is when the DAX opens, and we hold it through the morning session and exit the trade and get out. We try to manage it up to the highs, but we normally get out around sort of midday sometime. We'll get out around then and just see what the price action is looking like. So let's have a quick look at some of the stats over the years. This column right at the end, we can see that the trade that we use has a 70% success rate. So 70% of the time this trade is going to work. And as I say, we trade it 10 times a year. And again, we can just see, if we go lower down, if you look to the average win is 2.8%, risking 1%. So not only is it a high success rate, it has a phenomenally good win percentage as well as a multiplier. So for 1% risk, the average win is 2.8. So you normally don't see those factors lining up together. You normally see a high win rate normally has a sort of a 1-to-1. So when you have a high win rate and a high return, it really is quite a phenomenal trade. These results going back to 2015, right up to June this year, July and August, we don't actually trade for the summer months. And last month for September, we had a break-even trade. So these stats are right up to date. Now we also, for our clients, if we just go to the next slide, Mark, we also manage this trade from a discretional point of view. This is what we teach within our Blueprint program is purely systematic and takes 10 minutes a month. But additionally, we will look to trade that price action on the back of the market function. So this is the difference that Mark was talking about earlier. We're not trading on technicals. We're trading on the function, but then we'll use a little bit of technical analysis to enter into this function. And you can see here how we're updating the clients all the way through the trade, the entry, the stop loss, taking 50% to get ourselves risk-free, taking another 25% at key levels, and then ultimately taking of the trade off. Luckily, at that time, pretty much the highs of that morning, and updating our clients all the way through. And this is what we do here at Magnetic. We pretty much, for these main trades, we really do trade alongside you. So hopefully you find that useful, and I'll hand back over to Mark.
All right, thanks for that, Cameron. And again, at the end of this presentation, you can ask us questions about what we are discussing this evening. Okay, so that's the DAX first of the month. So there's another trade which we love to trade, and that's the expiry trade. So it's linked to options, but we do not trade options for this. So what do I mean by that? Well, every month, options will expire in the market, and it lasts 5 minutes. They will expire. And it causes a spillover into the FTSE cash index market. And what we're doing is we're going to take advantage of this spillover. So we know that every third Friday of a calendar month, we are going to trade this at a set time. Okay. It's actually 10 past 10 UK time. And we're looking for a particular move that happens, and we've got a proprietary entry, stop, and target. I can't give you them because obviously people have paid good money for this, but I would urge you to take a look at this trade or the price action the next third Friday of October. I think it's around the 20th of October. This will set up. That's the third Friday of October. And then so on. November will also have the third Friday. But I know, and our clients know, that they need to come back and trade this, and it's going to take about 10 minutes to do. We trade this in a live room environment, so our clients have got the rules, but we still hold their hands and tell them what to do or manage the risk if it's a big expiry. So it has a phenomenal 80+% win rate on this. And again, we've been trading this for, well, it's actually well over 6 years now, more like 8 years now. We've been trading this with our clients. It takes only 10 minutes to trade, sets out once a month. It's a real pure lifestyle trade. It really is my favorite trade on the FTSE 100. It's totally recession proof. It means it works whether the markets are in a bull market or a bear market. For example, we were trading this during the COVID crash when the markets were just going down and down and down. The trade still works. And it doesn't, it can set up with a buy or a sell. It doesn't really matter. We'll just take the trade either way. So in this respect, we've got no guessing on market direction. The trade just sets up and we just take it. And that's the beauty of market function. You can get these very high probability trades. And because they're such high probability trades, you can increase your leverage on these. What do I mean by leverage? That's your pounds or dollars per point that you're going to take on this trade. Now, for this particular trade, sometimes I'll take up to 4 to 5 entries on this one. Over the last 2 months, we've traded it. I've only had 1 entry, but we can look. This was a fairly big example last November. We can see that the expiry moves up at 10 past 10, and we've had a sell signal, and we sold this back down again. If we look at August 2023, so just a couple of months ago, we can see that the expiry has moved down, and we have bought it with the likelihood that it's all going to retrace. If we look at September, just a few days ago, we did this one for our clients. You can see the expiry moves down. We buy it, and what happens? It moves back up again. It's totally random on whether it moves down or up, but the edge is it's going to do something. It's going to retrace a certain percentage of this move, and we're going to take advantage of that. As I said, it has an over 80% win rate. So for this particular trade in August, it was a small one. I only went £100 on this one, $100. I made a quick $1,000 on that one. Then for the last September one, I got 2,500. Again, this is all in the space of 10 minutes. And, you know, it only takes 10 minutes a month just to come back to the screen and do this one. But it's very worthwhile. And some of the bigger expiries I'll be making, $6,000 to $10,000 a point. Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, if it's that great, Mark, why aren't you going in at £2,000 a point or £5,000 a point if you're that confident with it? The reason is I can't get the liquidity on this one. So I know I can get up to around $500-600 a point on that, which is very sizable for some of you. Some of you will never achieve such high position stake sizes on that. So don't worry about liquidity. But personally, that will be my maximum stake on this, is around $500 to $600 a point. This one I was only doing 200. Some of the traders, they're doing £20 or maybe £50 or maybe £100 on this one, but still making meaningful money for trading 10 minutes a month. And really, if you just traded this, even if you didn't have any interest in trading, if you just traded this trade for 10 minutes a month, it's going to increase your wealth. You know, it's certainly going to be beating interest rates out there and most trading accounts out there that are losing. So what is lifestyle trading? Well, this is what the blueprint's all about. This is what the market function is all about. It's about trading high probability trades. It's about not trading too much. And it's about linking trades to very high probability patterns, which are all linked to why markets exist in the first place. Most short-term traders out there are spinning their wheels. They're jumping from strategy to strategy. They find one strategy, it works for a little bit, then it phases out. Then they go to another system, it works for a little bit, then it phases out, and so on and so on. These trades, they work, okay? Which means that here at Magnetic Trading, we're trading less and we're making more. So September so far, our top performing trades have made 3.19%. And this is just trading on average six times a month, as I said. We do have our end of quarter trades in a few days. These are very high probability trades on the ASX. It has an over 90% win rate for this one. We're going to give that to you absolutely free if you join Telegram. The expiry trade, as I said, I just showed you that made 0.43%. Not a big one in September, but still 0.43. It's still a winner, and it adds that over 80% win rate. DAX faded the fill. That's been doing quite well this month. That's up 2.7%, that particular market function trade. And that first of the month DAX trade was a break-even trade for this month. But again, September, we're going to have another trade, and it will probably be a winner. So some top trades that you can put in the diary right now. Again, this is all about lifestyle trading. On the 29th of September, so in a few days' time, on Friday, we're going to have the end of quarter trade on the FTSE. We're going to have it on the ASX and on the Dow. That's 3 trades, very high win rates. The likelihood is those trades will win. Then on the 2nd of October, we're going to have the DAX first of the month trade. And then on the 20th of October, we've got the FTSE triple witching expiry trade. So again, straight away, these are trades that you can put in your calendar. You know exactly when they're going to set up. And if you join Blueprint, you're going to have the system rules for these. And we're going to be helping manage the trade as well. It doesn't really come better than that. For those of you that want to be making money on the side, or you're busy, or you've just really tried short-term trading and it's not working for you for various reasons. So this is the seasonality I was talking about at the beginning of the presentation. This is based on the last 50 years, okay? We've got the American markets here, S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, DAX in Germany, Euro stocks, FTSE 100, Nikkei. Look at what these indexes make on average over the last 50 years. And look at September, number 9, red, 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 red. They're all red. What's going on this month, guys? Are global indexes up or down? Put into the chat box, guys. Are they up or down? Making sure you guys are awake and paying attention to this, because we're giving you free money here, guys. You can take advantage of this. It's down, yeah. the markets are down. We knew this even before September came, that it's going to be a down month. We actually came out of our investments in July and the beginning of August because we knew this is likely going to happen. I mean, based on 50 years, guys, it's not rocket science to follow this. So we're actually going to be positioning into some fantastic buy trades over the coming weeks with the expectation, because look what happens in October, November, December. Look at the gains in the stock market. So we're going to take advantage of this with our clients. And you've got to ask yourself, are you going to be on board or not? Or are you going to be looking at price patterns that you've learned over the years on the internet from someone giving you a hanging man or someone giving you an inverted head and shoulders pattern? Can you make money out of that? Maybe, but it's 50-50. Wouldn't you rather start basing and taking trades that actually have 80% win rates rather than 50-50? So some of these are our client results. I mean, again, you can go on. I don't want to look at previous results because I know everyone does it, but I just wanted to give you a snapshot of, we do live trade and people are always giving us, these are live results in our live room. But again, you can go on the internet, look at Trustpilot. We've got lots of reviews there, almost a five out of 5 star rating for that. And again, as I said, we've been around for a long time. This is that FTSE expiry trade. So again, these are trades, comments coming out of our live room. Our clients absolutely love the expiry trades. Okay, so what are the blueprint benefits then? So it is a program. It's linked to market function. You learn the 9 function trades, the 9 high probability trades, and then you'll get 1 year of alerts telling you when they're setting up. You'll get these via Telegram. You just set up Telegram, join the Blueprint channel, and we will alert you when we're taking a blueprint trade based on market function, or you'll join us in a live room and we'll trade with you. We're also going to give you review videos. So unlike many programs out there that just you join up and you get the material and then you're left alone, we don't believe in that. We will be working alongside you for a whole year, making sure that you make money and you become good at trading. So we use the review videos every time we take trades, and we store them in a learning center so that you can learn what's going on. And maybe you made a mistake and you're not going to do it next time. We do it in a live room as well. So for example, this morning we went to the live room and we reviewed yesterday's trade. And there were definitely a few clients that made a few mistakes, but now they know where they went wrong and they'll get the trade right next time. We also do these Q&A sessions. That actually is in the live room, so you can ask us questions within the live room each morning. We're in there at 8 o'clock in the morning UK time, which I believe is around 5 p.m. in Australia. Again, 20 to 30 minutes will be live trading, but we'll also use this to answer any questions that you might have on the market. There is a comprehensive online learning center, so you get all your blueprint rules on the trades in a learning center. You can access that whenever you want. It's open 24 hours a day. You're also going to get an induction call. So we find this very useful, that if you join Blueprint, you're going to get someone that calls you. They're going to set you up. It's very simple to get set up, but make sure you've got the brokerage working well. Make sure you've got some of the indicators working well. He'll take control of your screen and he'll set it all up for you. So that's your induction call for those of you that maybe are not computer savvy. You're also going to get the magnetic short-term trading blueprint. So these are additional returns to the 9 big function trades, but we'll give you very high probability buy levels and sell levels in the market. And we'll tell you actually how we derive those buy and sell levels each day as well. This alone is valued at 3,600 Aussie dollars. So just a quick recap on the blueprint. You're going to get these high probability 9 function market trades, not based on technical or fundamental analysis or price action, something totally new that actually works. You're going to get weekly sessions 4 times a week. You're going to get 1 year of trading alerts delivered to you via Telegram on your phone or your PC or Apple Mac. You're going to get the trade reviews. You're going to get the Q&A sessions, online learning center, and that induction call. This program is extremely cheap considering what you get. It only costs $13 a day. And if you go into some cafes now in Australia, you're probably paying $13 for a coffee. Certainly, in London, it's not unheard to be paying £5-6 for a cup of coffee now. So, this is what the program will cost you per day. And instead of wasting your money on a drink, you'll be using the money to be making money long term. So this is the cost, guys. There is a discount. It's 5,000 Aussie dollars for the whole year, or £2,500 one-off payment, or you can do it in installments as well. You can contact me if you want a payment plan on this one.